Hello and welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. This reading is about the coming year. As some of you may know, the Celtic calendar starts now. So we are in the beginning of the year, of the Celtic wheel of the year. So I wanted to take a peek into the coming year. And for those of you who only consider the beginning of the year in January, that's fine. It's going to be a sneak peek into that new beginning that start in January. So for the first pile, we have the Autumn for Fern, Gedel, and it signifies direct action. And we have the signs of Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Your significator card is Demeter or Demeter, with feelings and emotions. For the second pile, we have the Autumn Bathe, and this is the birch tree, and it signifies new beginnings and cleansing. So what's also interesting about the Autumn is that they also have months. So for the Ngedel, the month is October, and for Baith, the month is exactly November. So interesting. So the signs for the second pile are Libra, Cancer, Sagittarius, and Leo. And we have Nu Kua, order. For the third pile, we have the Autumn for Ash, and the Autumn is Nun, and it signifies the connection between worlds, macrocosm and microcosm, and the month is March. For the third pile, we have the zodiac signs Aries, Taurus, Pisces, and Capricorn. Your significator card is Sekhmet, anger and rage. Interesting. I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile with your intuition, your significator card, the zodiac sign, or the Autumn of your choice. I'll see you in your pile. Pile number one, let's get more information about what is happening in the coming year for you. Let's see what we have. Wow, unexpected money, high honors, beautiful, wow. Okay. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Okay, a lot of them. Tradition, resurrection, truth, sincerity, clear path. Waters, spirit helpers, abundance, forgiveness, flow. Knowledge, nonverbal communication, time and space, generations, and duality, alternation, alternation, paradox, hardship, mediation, and threshold. Okay, so let's see what the tarot cards have to say about the coming year for you. Pile number 1. Okay. Wow, Wheel of Fortune. Unexpected money, Wheel of Fortune. Well, it's going to be a very fortunate, auspicious time. Wow, Ace of Cups. A lot to do with your emotional connections also. You have the feelings, emotions, you have the Ace of Cups, you have waters that is about that connection to yourself also because of forgiveness, that flow, that emotional flow, keeping an emotional flow, an emotional connection. 10 of Wands. Okay. Wow, this is really similar with this High Honors card. Can you see them, both of the figures of the characters kneeling before an authority figure? One of them is offering a sword, but I think that in this specific situation it has more to do with surrendering. So here the sword is honoring the person who is kneeling, and here the person who is kneeling is surrendering the sword. Interesting. So I'm interested in the relationship dynamic here because I think that this is the theme of your reading. Wow, Knight of Swords. And let's not forget that we also have the OM with direct action. So there's something about a specific action. 9 of Cups. The Page of Wands. Acting. Feeling something, acting according to your feelings. 10 of Pentacles. 2 final cards, 2 tens together. So, something is clearly ending. The Hierophant. How interesting. With communication. High Honors and the Hierophant. Communication. I feel like you are showing something publicly that exposes how you feel. And it's like a culmination of a huge effort. I feel like it's work related, but specifically to whatever in your work, whatever has to do with communication. So if you work in communication in general, so like advertising, art, any sort of like journalism, writing, any sort of work that has to do with communication, or if that's not your case, whatever aspect of your work has to do with communication. So, for instance, if you're like a doctor or an engineer, if you write a paper, or if you speak at a conference, or if you have to communicate clearly with a team, something in that area is very important in the coming year. That's why I feel. And I think that you are going to be acknowledged for it, for whatever you are doing. It can be the passing on of knowledge also, because we have this lineage with tradition and knowledge. generation. So passing things down, handing things down the chain. And I also feel like this coming year for you is going to be the year where you're going from feeling to feeling a lot of hardship into getting like unexpected blessings, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here, you have the Nine of Cups. I really feel like you're going to like catch that fish and you're going to be receiving something I think it's something very special, actually. It's something that's meant just for you. There's an individual aspect to this reading that I'm getting, like being singled out with the Page of Wands and the High Honors here, like having the light shine on you in a specific moment in time and having like the accolades. And also that might also trigger something in you, like a change, but it's going to be very sharp. It's going to be very quick, so I don't think you will have a lot of time to think. I think whatever you have done up until this moment is going to culminate in a change that you're not really in control of. But at the same time, I think you'll be allowed to express something in your life that has to do with a plan that you had in the past, like a project, an idea, or a concept that you had before. Because with the Knight of Swords, I feel like there's an expression of an idea that's already very well planned, very well thought out. And it's like there's a clear understanding, because you have tradition with clear path and truth. The resurrection part also, to me, it's like you are like getting glimpses. Okay, so like getting a glimpse of how you can do things your way. But dealing with a lot of feelings, and in between, I feel like you are going to deal with the feeling of being singled out. Maybe being in the limelight. Eight of Swords. And the Empress. Wow. So the Empress and the Hierophant here. What a duet, right? Very powerful. They're not exactly a couple, but they complement themselves in a way. So because you have the duality card here, there might be someone coming that will kind of complement your energy, and that will spark emotions and feelings in you. And maybe you're going to be quite confused. And I'm also seeing you being confused with ease, like being confused with how abundant and plentiful things are around you, or someone can be. It's really strange. It's like there's a strange happiness here, like I'm strangely happy. Maybe there are things, I really feel like you're going to have to transmute and to transform things from the past that has to do with feeling like you're not able to do something, like you are going to fail. It's how I feel. And you're going to change that thought. You're going to change that pattern in your behavior. You're going to forgive yourself from past mistakes. That's also how I feel. But I feel like the feeling of being singled out is going to be very uncomfortable in the beginning. but it's really not your choice at the end of the day. I think you'll have to deal with it because you're like part of something bigger, and you have to, with high honors here. You see the king is the leader, but he's also submitting to an authority because he has to be that archetype. He has to submit his individuality to a bigger concept, a wider framework. Yeah. So it is the knowledge and the handing down. Teaching, maybe? It can be. It can be teaching. It can be occupying a place of authority. You are going to be put in that place. You're going to feel a little bit uncomfortable. But it's a very abundant position. And if you're not confused about it, if you accept it fully, but it's easier to accept something whole in a wholesome way and fully if you also accept yourself or parts of you fully. So if you're more wholesome about how you feel, the advice here is that you really have to understand your feelings and your emotions. So the coming year is going to bring you a lot of luck, abundance, because with unexpected money, this is also about being lucky in general and finding treasure in general. It can be money. So I would say that this has the potential with the 10 of Pentacles here to be, and the Empress, to be something that will bring you a lot of wealth. But the main focus here is that you harness the power of your emotions to express them in a beautiful way and to also be able to receive in a beautiful way. There is an elegance that is needed here to receive in a beautiful way, to be open. It's not open your mind, it's really open your heart. Open your heart to being honored and offered something. Okay. 6 of Cups. I'm thinking that this opportunity also has to do with a connection that you already know very well. But it can also be the case that it's very artistic. I feel like it's something that has to do with art or with doing something artfully, elegantly, beautifully, with a lot of emotional subtlety and elegance. Justice. Being fair. Being fair to yourself. I really feel like you're judging yourself in a I wouldn't say a cruel way, but it's heavy. Maybe you feel like there's a lot of responsibility that you have to deal with this high honors. The Queen of Wands. So, I mean, yeah, for me, this is also confirmation of this more like artistic side of this reading. There's an idea that's related to art that is going to create something very dynamic in your life, very energetic. 8 of Cups. I think you're going to be challenged to leave something behind that might be precious to you, or maybe you are confused about how to move forward. the Ace of Wands. You know, this reminds me of the Yogam. The Yogam is about direct action. So it's like, just do it. Don't think too much. Don't look back. You see, the only thing we see in the Eight of Cups is her back. We don't even see her face. I think it's the only card here that has no face. It's like, turn your back and don't look back. Move forward and don't look back and just do it. So whenever you are confronted with an opportunity the coming year, just grab it. Don't cling to the past, and don't think that you're going to repeat everything you're not. And you deserve this. It's like, grab it. It's yours. You know, grab it with everything you've got. And be in the limelight if you need to be in the limelight. Queen of Wands here is giving you that power and that like raw energy, because it's going to be something spontaneous and innate. So not thinking too much. There's no thinking here. It's no more space for thinking. You have like the 10 of Swords. No, I'm sorry, it's 10 of Wands. You have no swords. I just realized, except you have the 8. Yeah, you have the 8 of Swords. Confusion, being lost, not really knowing how to move forward, overthinking, being anxious. And then it's the Knight of Swords. You have that plan, you know what to do. Just trust that you know what to do. You already have that knowledge, and you should balance that great technical, it might be technical, might be spiritual, might be theoretical knowledge, with the confidence in your ability to embrace emotions. That's why I'm saying like this feels really artistic, because it's like you're applying techniques, but you're also feeling, you're also loving. There's a lot of emotions here. How you feel and how you portray your own emotions is very important at this point. So the coming year is going to be very important for self-expression, very important for your own healing journey. And the advice here is just do it. Just take the opportunity. Just don't think too much. Don't give yourself so much time to, you know, consider and reconsider. Just take the opportunities and enjoy the ride, because I feel like you're going to have an amazing, productive, and you're going to be like acclaimed and be recognized for your efforts, even your past efforts. So it looks like a very positive year for you coming right around the corner. So thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Happy New Year. Pile number 2, you have Nu Kua. This is a Chinese goddess representing order, and she's riding, actually I think this part of her body is a dragon. She is the guardian of the path of the moon and the sun, as well as all the structures that hold up heaven. And she rides chaos. So there's a kind of a ambiguity here that I find very interesting. That's also represented in this card here beautifully, with all the clouds really sparsely and randomly apparently dispersed on the picture. But there's an order in chaos. So interesting. So you also have Faith, and Birch is about new beginnings and cleansing. So, very interesting for you. Let's see. What else do we have for pile number 2? We have house. This is also a structure, a building. Interesting. And gloomy thoughts. Okay. Let's see what the other oracle has to say. What is the energy of the coming year? Love, childlike innocence. Sorry. Uh-oh. Focus is very hard. Childlike innocence, play, honesty, essence. Completion. Oops. Okay. Endings, letting go, blessings, and satisfaction. Darkness. Skipping steps, ego, illness, evil, delirium, danger. Okay. And songs. Synesthesia, spirits, communion, modulation. Interesting colors. Okay. Let's see what the tarot has to say. You have the 10 of arrows with instruction. The 4 of vessels with boredom. The 2 of arrows with injustice. The mirror. This is the hangman. Wow. Judgment with the great bear. You have the completion and the judgment here. So this is truly the end of a cycle. 7 of bows or 7 of wands with clearance. Something is going to be cleared out. The ancestor with the Hierophant. The Knight of Arrows with hawk, sorry. And then we have the Queen of Arrows with Swan. So the Knight and the Queen. Interesting. I think before I clarify, I want to also get a fairy card. Let's see. For pile number 2. Okay. We have Mick the Mayomancer and the Singer of Connection. Interesting. So I really feel like it's interesting that we have the Nu Kua energy here, because I feel like you're still in the chaos. You're still in this like moving in and out of consciousness. This is how I feel. You know what? With the gloomy thoughts, I feel like there's this like a threshold between consciousness and the unconscious, because the sea is a great symbol of the unconscious, and we have also the seals here, and the seals are also symbols of animals who are threshold animals. They can be on land, and they can also be at sea. And they know how to move in and out of consciousness. So from chaos to order, and also from order to chaos. So being in this kind of liminal space here, you have that structure with the house. The house also represents every kind of structure, which is interesting, that kind of matches the energy of Nu Kua. She is bringing the order. So I feel like for the next year, for pile number 2, we are going to have the establishment of a new order in your life, because you are now moving from a chaotic time into a time of order. But it's a new order. It's something that kind of, it has a certain spirit. That's also, like, I'm feeling like there's a certain spirit that is going to emerge from this chaos, let's say. And Mick the Myomancer is about patience and attention to detail. It's very slow. It can be too slow. And you know what? I feel like, although he's very detailed and he is a patient character, I feel like he's kind of like hiding in chaos. And maybe he is keeping things hidden in that confusion of the minutiae, of focusing on the every little detail. It's like he's hiding something. Hiding something. In that chaos, something not so nice is hiding. And I think that you are going to be challenged to connect the dots, to make the puzzle, to bring a puzzle, to fit all the pieces of a puzzle. And you have the singer of connection, and you also have songs. So maybe a part of this order that you're going to build with the aid of this new energy that's coming has to do with sound, has to do with your voice, it has to do with what is being spoken, it has to do with music, possibly, if that is your area of expertise, or if that's something that you've always wanted to do. It's also interesting that we have chaos and order, and chaos and order are concepts that are very universal, let's say. And one of the things that most people say about the universe, especially nowadays, is that it's music. It can be like a big cosmic orchestra, and connecting the dots might be also like writing music, because when you write music, you're like putting little dots with little sticks and connecting them. So connecting the dots. But there's also an aspect that's very important here, that's the cleansing. And I feel like there's a cleansing that's coming because of this. The gloomy thoughts are maybe coming to the surface, because you have the Four of Cups and you have the Seven of Bows here. Clearance. Seven of Bows is clearance. So it's clearing the path for something new. Working on that path, on opening that path. And with the Four of Vessels here, you see there's a stagnation of the emotions because something is lacking. Something is not enough. There is no back and forth. Let's say there is no sharing of the emotional waters. The waters are just there for that person, isolated in a way, and maybe unaware of the darkness, unaware of their own darkness. But also with the judgment, you're like it being invited into the darkness. You're being invited to clear the path, to see what is in the dark, and make order out of chaos. And there's someone here that's aiding you with this, because you have the ancestor. It's possible also that it's someone who is an ancestor of yours, a teacher, a parent, a master of some sort that is guiding you in this process. It can also be a legal matter. I feel like with the evil and the darkness here, maybe the darkness is also like possibly somebody confusing things in a legal matter and keeping you blind, like intentionally blind. Because with darkness, there is a certain intention in this evil energy. It's not like I don't feel like it's an abstract force. I feel like it's a more personal, intentional force here. And I feel like you're clearing that. You're clearing people who have dark intentions towards you. You're clearing the path away from that, connecting the dots, and making a new song, creating songs because of that. I don't know why, but I always think of this hawk like as a kind of a judgmental character because of the way he's looking. Of course, the animal has a very different expression from the human face, but we also always kind of try to depict the human face in faces of animals. And I feel like that someone is like seeing you go with and holding a grudge. But you're like powerfully infused with the energy of justice and truth. Here with the swan, king of arrows, the queen of arrows, sorry. And she's also the watery part of air. And I feel like she's flowing. I feel like this hanged man energy, it's not for you. This is not you. This is like someone surrendering you, letting you go. And you're like unscathed and beautiful and white and replenished, shiny. It's like pure, unscathed. Escaping. Yeah, I feel like you're like escaping from something unscathed. From some sort of injustice, some sort of unjust, unfair authority. So I would like to explore a little bit more. What is this darkness? Because we also have love, childlike innocence, play, honesty. But what I'm getting here is the honesty part, is like somebody not being honest, and then you clear the path for that honesty to manifest because you're connecting the dots. You are singing the right song, let's say. So, what is this darkness? The King of Arrows with Kingfisher. Seems like it's someone who knows a lot. Someone knows a lot but is not revealing. The Age of Pentacles. It's like there's work to be done. You need to apply a lot of skill, a lot of knowledge of your own to do this connection, to connect the dots, because I feel like there are people like working around the clock to keep you in the dark about something. And this is creating a chaos in your life that is ending the coming year. The Six of Bows with abundance. Yeah, definitely I feel like although there are people working against you, there is some sort of evil intention that is not hurting you, because someone from your past or someone in an authority role, in the role of authority, is going to make sure that you are victorious. Because that's what's fair, not because they favor you somehow. The Six of Arrows. So really moving, you know? So there's a swan. There's a swan taking you to a safer harbor, taking you home, taking you to a place, better place. It can also be the case that you're moving, because with the house here, it might be the case that you're moving from one place to another. But to me, this is more like moving away from this situation unscathed, being safe. Wow, okay, 2. The Fool, and wow, the Ace of Arrows with the Breath of Life. Really a first start. Something completely new coming around the corner for you. A beautiful new beginning with the rainbow here. A lot of optimism and positivity. And okay, so renewing your faith in life, also because you are moving away from this dishonest and unfair situation. This is finding, so this is what was trying to emerge from this chaos and couldn't, because someone is deliberately stopping you from getting this, but you are going to get it in the coming year. This is for sure. You're going to find that, and it's also like the air you breathe is lighter. You breathe better. I also feel like that, like you're going to improve your breathing. You might even start some new exercise or dance or expression of your body that makes you breathe better. It might also be that you are going to a place where the air is fantastic. It's really, filling your being with life and positivity. Beautiful reading. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed the reading, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I hope to see you again very soon. Happy New Year. Bye. Pile number 3. Let's see what the coming year, the coming year has for you. You already have Sekhmet with anger and rage. And then we have the jumping cards. So I feel like something is really happening powerfully in your life. And it's also important to state that Ash, the Ogam that we have for the coming year for you is all about the connection between worlds, macrocosm and microcosm. So let's see. We have armor, amplification, shield, honor, and ceremony. So something is really being like massively amplified with a lot of power. Seeds with potential explosion, simplicity, humility. Wow, explosive power and revelation. Sudden change, authenticity, justice, ego death. Wow. It's like having a burst of energy in your life suddenly. And something that's happening both in your personal life as well as in the wider sphere, more collective sphere, maybe. So what else? Work, occupation, and marriage card. Interesting. Maybe you'll be signing a new contract. The marriage card and the work occupation, this combination is giving me these vibes, just doing things in a different way. Where you work is very important. How are you working? With who? Very interesting. It's also interesting, this duality between tending the fields and making music. So we have the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Arrows. The focus is hard today. Okay. The Nine of Lotuses or the Nine of Cups. The Knight of Cups. Lord Kama. Wow, blessings of Ganesha. So this for a new year, how auspicious. Beautiful. This is not a tarot card. This is an extra card from this deck. So, but I'm going to leave it there. Let's see. The Five of Staves or Wands. The Hanging Man. Sorry, the focus is really... Yeah. The Page of Staves or Wands. The pages, actually, these are two. The Seven of Lotuses or of Cups. I'm going to get an extra for this. The Eight of Wands. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. And we also have these. Okay, a lot of cards for you. Let's see. I'm going to put them all. The Three of Wands. The Nine of Cups. So someone is going to notice you. Ten of Cups. Wow, the 9 and the 10. This could be also meeting someone on a more romantic sphere, or also connecting very deeply with someone who likes what you do, who sees the beauty in what you do and how you work. The Six of Wands. Beautiful. It's like seeing the successful expression of you. And the Queen of Cups. So beautifully, there's a lot of love. I feel like there's love coming this year, this new year for you. It might be a new relationship, a new romantic encounter. Someone is truly noticing you. It can be someone noticing you in more like the online world, or seeing specific expression of you that is coming. It might be online. It might be like pictures, something that is shared very quickly. I also feel like this is going to be the greatest blessing in the coming year for you. And I feel like you're going to harness your energy. It's like harnessing the anger and rage, harnessing that most basic, primitive energy that we have. So in a more, like, if you're talking about psychology, if you're talking about also, even in tantric tradition, so in yogic tradition, the most powerful basic energy, if we can call it kundalini, is primarily sexual energy. That primal sex drive, basic energy is going to be, I feel like it's going to be released in your life. In a way that will both make you highly desirable, make you very attractive, make you very successful, like look very successful, but also give you a lot of like personal achievement, the feeling of personal achievement, because you will be able to start, I feel like you're starting a specific project in your life. And I also feel like you are finally releasing like a cover, being undercover. It's like finally emerging from darkness, emerging from solitude also. Someone is contacting you very quickly. Someone is coming towards you. And it is because you are having this successful connection with whatever you put your energy in. I feel like it's a moment like of thunder and of connection, of sudden spark, powered by this primal energy that's infusing your being and making you start something. So I feel like the coming year is also very auspicious to start whatever, start something. You can start something that has to do with I would say competition, I would say communication, something that has to do with the way you communicate what you do, starting something, starting a new business, and also starting unconventional ways of making money, or starting new businesses that are, out of the ordinary, very unconventional. And what's interesting here is that you will get the benefits from that work really quickly, because you have the Three of Wands and the Six of Wands at the end of the reading. Like this is the energy, the outcome energy of whatever this is that's happening in your life. This very quick, it's very sharp turn. It's everything you start. Really what I think is that everything you start in the coming year is going to be blessed, because you have the blessing of the Ganesha. This is also, I think, like telling you, just start what you have to, in mind, whatever it is. And keep at it. There's a persistence here. There's humble beginnings. Something that starts like not really, I'm not really sure, maybe this is the case, maybe I should do it this way, maybe, don't worry, because all the confusion, all the uncertainty will be cleared really quickly. I also think that you are going to compete with someone. I see like competition, like you're going to compete directly with someone, but it's going to be very beneficial to you. You are going to be like the victorious, even if you don't defeat the other person to win. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe you are just competing and you have to kind of, it's like being a pioneer. You can be a pioneer. You can compete with someone and then use that strength to kind of open the path to another realm. This is how I feel like. It's like using that slingshot, like being a, the pebble on the slingshot, like it looks like you're going in one direction, you're going back, but actually when you release the energy, and maybe this is, okay, so maybe that's it. It's like going back, going down, 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 and then releasing all that energy suddenly in the burst of power, raw power, and you will just sail through quickly and do whatever you want to do. That's super interesting. Let me just clarify a little bit more, because it really looks, and yeah, so the energy of the Hanging Man is exactly what I was saying. So let me just check the story for you, because it's super interesting. So this is the story of Trishanku, a king who wanted to ascend to heaven while still in his mortal body, and all the sages and gods mocked him for it, and he was cast away. He was outcast because of his wish. And it was actually his persistence that super powered and super, it was like he spat through, he was just, powerfully hurled into exactly what he wanted in the first place, because he did achieve illumination and he did ascend to the realms of the divine as he intended. So he was, in the lowest phase of his life and of his wish, because he was missing completely his objective. And it was because of his kind of, in a way, insanity, that he was able to do exactly how he wanted and what he wanted. So this is like that slingshot effect. Like it seems like you're going down. It seems like you are, it seems like you are not chosen for this. But actually, you are the chosen person for this to happen to you. Okay, so what is this that's keeping you down? The Eight of Pentacles. So what's keeping you down? I feel like it's a lack of resources. Lack of resources. And you see the revelation even turned sideways. It's like taking a shortcut. The Star. Keeping your hope alive. Keeping your dreams alive. Even when it seems like you're drowning, help is coming. Something's coming for you. The King of Pentacles. Maybe you're getting something from Maybe you're getting some inheritance. This is possible. Communication on inheritance, a gift. The Nine of Pentacles. You know, this is kind of a continuation of that feeling that I got, that you were in a group of people that were competing, and then you're like being chosen. The world. So yeah, you're having the world, you know, it's like choose whatever you want. You have the world, you can do whatever you want now. You can seize the opportunity. I feel like you're getting offered something, like an opportunity. You're getting offered a job. You're getting offered, like, there's a proposition here. It can also be romantic. It can be like achievement in your relationships. It can be both. Harnessing your vitality and your energy on a basic level is the most important thing right now. It's going to bring you a lot of blessings and amazing new beginnings. So it's also, yeah. So I think that because you have the connection between worlds, I feel like whatever you do will also impact another sphere. So if it's an emotional process, it will impact massively the professional or career or your health. If it's something related to your career, it will help with your health. It will help with, you know, it will help something else. Something happens here and it impacts another thing over here. So whatever you put your energy on will spread to another area of your life. Super positive new coming year for you. Thank you so much. If you also enjoy this reading, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Happy New Year, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.